Everybody knows by now that Ricky Gervais eviscerated pretty much all of Hollywood while hosting the 2020 Golden Globes. And while pretty much everybody in the audience was laughing hysterically at Ricky's jokes, there was one guy in the audience who was being kind of a curmudgeon. And that man was, of course, Tim Cook. No, that's not who I'm going to talk about. I mean, yes, he did look like an asshole, but that's because he is one. Now, the guy I'm going to talk about is Tom Hanks. And he didn't seem to enjoy any of the jokes Ricky Gervais had to offer. And while most people chalk this up to Tom Hanks just being an all-around nice guy who wouldn't laugh at the expense of others, I've seen other comments also suggest that maybe he was connected to a lot of the other scandals that are happening right now. And while I don't know anything about that, what I do know is that Tom Hanks doesn't actually like Ricky Gervais that much. And this all stems back to the time that Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes almost 10 years ago in 2011, and he made a joke that kind of was at Tim Allen's expense while introducing Tom Hanks and Tim Allen on stage. Take a look.
What can I say about our next two presenters? The first is an actor, producer, writer and director whose movies have grossed over $3.5 billion at the box office. He's won 2 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes for his powerful and varied performances, starring in such films as Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway, Apollo 13 and Saving Private Ryan. The other is Tim Allen.
Well, you know, like many of you, we recall back when Ricky Gervais was a slightly chubby but very kind comedian.
Yeah. Neither of which is he now.
And so in that clip, Ricky Gervais made a joke that kind of poked fun at Tim Allen. But the joke wasn't really poking fun at Tim Allen so much as it was honoring Tom Hanks. Because the fact is, it doesn't matter almost anybody you take in Hollywood. You put him next to Tom Hanks on stage, and you're kind of going to look like an unsuccessful pile of crap. And while Tim Allen's resume is nothing to sneeze at, it's just incomparable to Tom Hanks. So that's the intent of the joke, and intent matters. And Ricky Gervais said as much in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, where the interviewer asked, "Have you ever regretted anything you've ever said about anyone?" referring to hosting the Golden Globes. And Ricky Gervais said, "Yeah, Tim Allen, because I think he took it wrong. I didn't want Tim Allen to think, oh, that was written for me. Why me? Well, because you were standing next to Tom Hanks." And so then Tom Hanks and Tim Allen walk up to the mic, and in a completely unscripted line of dialogue, they say, "We remember when Ricky Gervais was a slightly chubby but very kind comedian, neither of which is he now." That's not really a joke. That's just saying something that they think about him now. And so now coming back to the most recent 2020 Golden Globes, Ricky Gervais is telling a barrage of jokes in front of a crowd of Hollywood. Everybody's laughing. You see cut after cut after cut of people laughing hysterically. And whenever it cuts to Tom Hanks, he's just like, he just looks like a crusty old man who doesn't care for anything that's coming out of this man's mouth on stage. You know what I have to say to you, Tom Hanks? Grow up. Grow up. I don't approve of that. Don't approve of that. I mean, what, you can't get one camera shot of you like chuckling, maybe trying to hold back a chuckle. That way you're like, oh, I get the joke, but I'm still trying to defend my friend. You know, Tom Hanks, you can be a real human being on camera. That's all I'm saying. Ricky Gervais has no problem being a real human being on camera. Thanks everybody for watching. If you liked this video, thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. And as always, please subscribe.